Hey there, friends. Brian King here, your ADHD coach, and this is another episode of A Cup of Focus. And yes, I have it today, and I ran out of creamer, so this kind of tastes like dirt. But I need the caffeine, so here we are. One thing I was kind of reflecting on this morning is a lot of the things that, the puppies, because it's New Year's Eve after all. And one of the things we do is reflect upon the previous year and ask ourselves, did I really make the most of it? Did I accomplish everything I set out to accomplish? And there are so many things people with ADHD do to sabotage themselves from getting the things that they know they truly want. And one of those things is they refuse or are terrified of asking for help. And I hear from a lot of people that have been following me for a couple years before they finally reach out. And when I ask them, what was your hesitation? What stood in the way of you asking for help when you've needed it all along? And this is one of the most common answers I hear. I was afraid you would think I was stupid. Or I was afraid people would think I'm stupid. Well, my first question to them is then, do you think you're stupid? And sometimes they say, well, yeah, because other people don't struggle with this the way I do, or because it takes me a hard time to learn things. And they give me ADHD stuff, stuff you would expect with ADHD. The stumbles, the difficulties, the harder time getting things in. But that's almost like thinking that a person with a limp, because they can't walk as fast as other people, they must be stupid. No, it doesn't necessarily follow. But because ADHD involves the brain, people automatically think, well, intelligence is in the brain, and this issue is in the brain, and therefore it must impact intelligence. Not necessarily. Because in the case of ADHD people, they can be highly intelligent. But what they have difficulty doing is organizing that information and that knowledge and applying it in an effective way. Now, with that context, let's go back to the initial problem. This belief that because you stumble, you are therefore stupid. And some of this comes from the feedback we get from others. People saying, what are you, stupid? I've told you that 1,000 times. What is it going to take for you to learn? People, adults, make these comments to little kids that are confused and stumbling through life, and it gets in. Another thing could be you're calling yourself stupid because of the comparison game, as I mentioned a little bit ago, where you're comparing yourself to people that seem to have it so well off. Things seem to come easily to them. But again, that's the brochure. That's what it looks like on the surface. We don't know about their internal struggles. But either way, the belief that asking for help, for self-advocating and asking for what it is you need automatically means that you are likely to be called stupid or feel stupid. That's a huge problem, I think, in our culture, in our mindset, in our own personal worldview. But bottom line is, asking for help, asking for what you need is a sign of intelligence because it is the sign of a curious mind. A mind that wants to know, that's interested in doing better, interested in being better, having better results. So you see, if you look at it through that lens, asking for help is really something that is a sign of a person that is on a journey of personal development, personal growth, not somebody who is admitting that they are frail, broken, fragmented, incompetent, whatever other language you want to put to it. Because there are two sides to every coin. I say this often. You can't have an up without a down. So, one comment I have here, asking for what you need means you had the courage to ask for it in the first place. Hallelujah. Thank you for that, Julie. It's absolutely a courageous act because it requires vulnerability. And there are people that are not willing to do that. They would much rather stay small, stay safe, stay guarded and protected at the expense of not only letting things in, but at the expense of letting their gifts out. So it costs you in both directions. So I want to really implore you to consider this new lens when it comes to asking for help. The lens that says I'm being curious. that I'm interested in what else there is out there for me. What else can help me grow? What else can I express that I've been kind of tucking and hiding away for fear that there may be criticism or for fear that there may be praise? Because I now have the pressure of having to step up my game to deliver this that I've been praised for more often, more consistently. And I know consistency is something we struggle with and something that people with ADHD often feel threatened by. Because when they produce something positively, sometimes they feel like it was on accident. They don't know what happened to work that time, what things happened to come together to allow them to be effective. Well, in my experience, you can figure out what you did, what your formula was to create that result, and you can do it again. So, bottom line, as this new year comes around, commit yourself to asking for help when you need it. Embrace that curiosity of what else is out there. What other answers exist? What other perspectives haven't I tried on in my mind? What knowledge do people have that can help me manage my ADHD, set better goals, stick to things and follow through where I ordinarily would have given up right out of the gate the moment things got difficult? Be curious about what you are capable of, regardless of the fact that you have ADHD. So I'm going to leave you with that. If this has been helpful, please leave me a comment. Let's discuss this further. If this is something you need help with, you need help from me, now is your time to reach out. And I can't remember if I already said it or not. If you know somebody who could benefit from this, please share it. And until next time, this has been Brian. Thanks for being you.
Gunner.